Fashion besties, what is happening? It is Fashion Crimes Podcast Friday. And not only do I have a BFD with me this week, she is the winner of the Hulu show Dress My Tour. Now, she can introduce herself way better than I can. So I just would like to introduce the queen, fashion design queen, TV mogul extraordinaire, Keiandrea, winner of Dress My Tour and 100 grand. Welcome to the Fashion Crimes Podcast. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, everybody.
This
I'm
is
excited.
this is a dream come true. Let me just tell you, okay. I I saw you on the show. I watched the
Mhm.
show. We're going to talk about the show in just a minute.
Okay.
But you have a women's wear design line. And I want to reiterate that here at the Fashion Crimes Podcast, we love women owned small brands that are changing the fashion industry for the better. Please introduce yourself and tell us the who, what, when, where, why of you. Hit it.
Hi, everybody. I am Daniels, originally from Dallas, Texas, born and raised. I have been in the fashion industry since high school. So I'm 29 now. So it has been about 12 years or so. And yeah, this is what I love to do. I was born in a single parent household, grew up and found fashion because I felt like I was an ugly duckling, so I could speak through my clothes and my style. So that's how I found fashion, and now I'm here. I design for celebrities, and I design for uh, one of ones for everybody as well. So yeah, I just like to have fun with my clothes. So
So you
yeah,
started, do you have brothers and sisters?
I do have one brother, one sister. I have a younger sister on my mom's side, a younger brother on my dad's side.
Oh, okay. So you're the oldest. So
Yeah.
you're the oldest. Now, I do have to say that I did see your mother on TV, and I'm like,
Hmm.
y'all look like sisters. I mean,
Yeah. We
so
get that a lot.
y'all look so much alike. So, from a young age, you were interested in fashion and style. That's
Mhm.
awesome. Did you go, tell us about your education? Tell us how you led to being such an incredible sewer.
So I never knew how to sew. I when I originally wanted to be in fashion because I didn't know how to sew, I thought I was just gonna be like a stylist or
Hmm.
something like that. And I ended up going to a magnet school in high school, and they had a fashion marketing program for your junior and senior year. So I ended up joining that program, and the teacher of the fashion marketing class was also a fashion designer who knew how to sew. So me and her got really close, and I would spend time with her after school and things like that. And she would teach me like the basics of how to sew, and pretty much immediately had me making stuff for her daughters because her daughters at the time had their own clothing lines. And they were already dressing people from the reality shows and stuff like that. So she basically taught me the basics of how to sew and immediately threw me on helping them with their clothes. So that taught me really quickly because of course these are going to people. You can't be messing people's stuff up. So I went from that to just taking what she taught me and teaching myself along the way just through trial and error. I did go to college. Did not graduate, but I did go to college. It made it to senior year, but I did not graduate. But I did not go for fashion design. I went for fashion marketing and business management. I'm sorry, fashion merchandising. That's how long it's been. Fashion merchandising and business management. Yeah.
That's great. So obviously you have an analytical brain because to pick
Mhm.
up sewing is not easy.
Mhm.
You have to be really good at math, okay?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
you have to be able to measure and know how things,
Mhm.
are put together. So you're working for this, you're basically getting your practice. Did you think that you wanted to have your own line? What did you think while you were in college? What was next for you?
So after high school, I did start my own business, doing it, but it was not going well. It was not going well, and I was like, yeah, oh, if this is where I'm supposed to be. So during college, I was still entertaining the thought of being a stylist, possibly helping people redo their closets and things like that. But even still during that time was still practicing my craft and taking customers and things like that. So I still was doing my stuff along the way, but I wasn't for sure if that's exactly what I wanted to do fully until a couple of years into it.
And then were you living at home? Were you like
Mhm.
on your own? Okay, so, and then obviously your mom was supporting you in this. Um,
Mhm.
I mean, meaning she was supporting your dream. She wasn't supporting your dream. She did not want you to do this.
No,
What did she want you to do?
nobody wanted me to do this. Okay,
Really?
because growing up, I was a straight A student. I was the honor roll student. I Education was really big for me, and nobody in my family had graduated from college yet either.
Hmm.
So growing up, my mom, my grandmothers, my family, they wanted me to, be the doctor, the lawyer, those
Hmm.
type of things because, you know, that's where people feel like that's where the money is. Like you have education, you go and you get a professional job. You don't go and become a fashion designer because to be honest, and even looking back now, I can see why they may have thought that because honestly, being a fashion designer was not a career that for one was tangible to like us where we were. So it's not like we could look and see a bunch of successful fashion designers everywhere that was making all this money and this and that. We didn't see that then, especially none that looked like me. So, that for one, it seems like a far-fetched dream. And then for two, um, it's like they didn't have the education to know like what is that like well okay you're gonna make clothes and then what like
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
they didn't know so nobody really it wasn't until things started actually happening it was like oh wait a minute she might be on to something.
Well, I totally understand. I mean, I have
Yeah,
a similar story, but I hear you on that. But I think that's incredible that you kept going and that
yeah.
you got better and you got better and you got better. So, um, what I want to know now is that now that you have your own line, do you consider yourself a sustainable brand? Tell us about your product, who you serve, what type of women shop with you.
So I don't know, I consider myself a sustainable brand but I still feel like I'm growing. I feel like you never stop growing. So, and because I'm not a factory. So
Right.
everything that I make is made by me.
Right.
Like everything is a one of one.
Right.
So for one, most of the customers that come to me, they're coming to me for special occasions.
I
So it's like,
see.
yeah, so it's like, okay, I'm coming for I have a photo shoot or I have a birthday or I'm getting married or I have a stage performance or things like that because of the kind of stuff I like to make aren't necessarily things for everybody to put on. Like
Sure.
it's for people that want to what I call have a wow moment. So that's what I'm kind of working on now because that has always been my brand this whole time, which I don't think I'll ever steer from that, but I do want to work on having things that are more casual that like
Mainstream.
anybody that people can just throw on and still have on a Keiandrea piece, but it may be a pair of pants or, a crew neck or something like that.
Now, do you have anyone assisting you? Do you sew everything alone? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. And
Wow.
my hands are tight.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure you're like, I can't even look. I'm sure your eyes are crossing.
It's
Um,
it's so scary to like I know I need help, but for one, it's hard to find.
for
It's
sure.
hard to find. And then for two, um, it's hard. Like it's like this is your baby. And so I have to trust giving my baby to you and you're gonna do it right. And a lot of times that the people come to me, it's in tight time frames. So it's like I don't have time to give it to you. You do it wrong, and then we have to read like it's yeah. Yeah.
Forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally get it. I understand. So if you want to grow and take on more orders, obviously you will have to
I
take
have
on,
to,
you know,
yes.
but
Which I do. But
but
yeah,
your designs will get
I'm
simpler,
looking.
is what you're
Yeah.
saying. Your designs will get simpler. So
Mhm.
let's talk about the bridal industry for a minute. So people
Okay.
are coming to you and they're like, I'm getting married. I want a dress. Do you do traditional bridal gowns? Do you
Mm-mm.
do something a little edgier? Tell us about that.
So nothing that's coming out of my hands is going to be traditional. Okay.
Okay.
So most of the people that come to me is people that's coming to me because they don't want traditional. They want something different. So most of the dresses that I make now, they may have traditional aspects, but there's going to be like a little tweak in it. I
Mhm.
don't do a lot of bridal uh because I feel like there's only so much, you can do. But the brides that I do get, they're like, they want something different. So
I understand.
yeah.
Now, let's talk about some of the wow factor, as you had said, stage performers that you have worked with. Can you
Mhm.
drop some names for us?
So I have made tour outfits for Janae Aiko. I've done tour outfits for K Michelle.
Nice.
I have done tour outfits. Let me think.
Eh,
Um
Paula
Janae Aiko.
Abdul, I'm talking about the show.
Yeah, yeah.
Paula Abdul, you've
Yes.
Toni
I,
Braxton.
yeah, Tiffany Evans. Yeah, it's normally in between like either stage or their photo shoots or things like that because I've worked with other people not for stage but for like photo shoots and music videos and stuff like that like Angela Simmons and Paris Hilton and um uh Dream Doll and B Simone.
Hi, Dollar
Oh, I'm trying to
Sign.
think of everybody. Yeah, I'm trying to think of everybody off the top of my head. It's hard, but yeah,
I
I've
mean,
I've done some things.
you've
Yes,
got a
God
very
has blessed me.
you have got a very impressive roster. And so
Yeah.
when let's just say, stage performer ABC comes and says, do they come to you with an idea or they want your ideas?
So it depends. It depends. So some of them come and they already like know what they want. So I have a gospel artist that I had been working with for years, named Jacqueline Carr, and she would be a client that like comes to me and she already knows what she wants, and I'm basically just executing
I
kind of what
see.
she wants.
Hmm.
But then like with K Michelle, I recently dressed her for the Love Heart tour that she did earlier this year with Trey Songz and Keisha Cole, and that during that time she basically let me kind of be free. They always have parameters because like, okay, hey, I don't like this, I don't like this about myself, I don't like this about myself, so let's make sure that we do X, Y, and Z. Like most of them have that, but she told me her I don't likes and then let me do me. And then she would try. I like that she would at least try them on. And even if she didn't end up liking it, it's like, okay, I like this, but can we change this? Or I don't like this at all. Can we do something different? That still is fun for me because I feel like that's when my creative juices flow the best, is when I could just do what I want to do. And, you give me the mood and I give you KDaniels. But it's kind of half and half. I get some of them that's like, okay, this is the vibe. Can you send us some sketches? And then there's others that's like, hey, this is the vibe and here's the sketch, or this is the idea. We need you to do this. So
who do you want to work with? Who are you manifesting that's going to call you?
I want to work with Sierra.
Oh, yeah, we
That's
just saw
my,
her. We just saw
yeah.
her in concert.
I want to work with her so bad. I love me some Sierra. So that's a goal for me right now, for
Okay,
sure.
maybe she's listening,
Mm-hmm.
and we are going to put,
Sierra.
I know, we are going to put that in the universe for you.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about how you source your fabric. Are you going to major stores? Do you have supplier? Tell us about that.
So I, for the most part, use the fabric warehouses that are here in Dallas. We don't have many,
Hmm.
um, which needs to change. But I get most of my fabrics here in Dallas at the warehouses. But I do order. Honestly, for the most part, I order from Etsy. If I can't
Oh.
find it here in Dallas, I order from Etsy, and most of the Etsy people are the LA and New York
Hmm.
fashion
Hmm.
fabric companies anyway. So yeah, when I can't find it here, that's most for the most part where I go.
That's great. And
Hmm.
so now that you've got your fabric, is your whole like your house, like do you have a whole studio and you do it there, or do you have another space?
So I have a 2 bedroom that I just started getting 2 bedrooms. In the
Oh,
second room, I turned into a workspace that I could close the door and act like it's not there.
right. I hear
But
you.
I'm working on getting a space. That's what I really want, so I could completely separate it. But I would be working all hours of the night and stuff like that. So I'm like, let me just, give me a room in the house and work at home. So as soon as I get done at 5 in the morning, I can go take a quick 30-minute nap. And
Yeah.
yeah.
You are the ultimate hustler. And so I want to switch gears a little bit.
Okay.
You were the winner for the Hulu series Dress My Tour. Now, Dress My Tour was a reality is a reality show, a little bit
Mm-hmm.
like Project Runway, where y'all it
Mm-hmm.
was hosted by Kay Upton,
Mm-hmm.
supermodel Kay Upton, and that y'all had different challenges every week and a different star every week that helped decide who won the challenges. How
Mm-hmm.
did you throw your hat in the ring? Can you start from the beginning on how that started?
Like how I got on the show.
Yes.
Okay, so actually Travians, the other contestant on the show, he
He's my
sent
other
me
love. He's my boyfriend. We're going to talk about him in a
he,
minute. But go ahead.
he sent me the application. He sent me and another designer the application because they had reached out to him, and so he just
Wow.
wanted to just extend the to, hey, y'all go and try to audition for this, see if so I applied and they called me back in like an hour after I finished the.
Amazing.
Yes. So I was like, oh, God is in this. And then she called me and she's like, look, we like literally when I got my application in, they had to have all of the contestants that they were going to submit by the next day. So literally I got in just in the nick of time, and yeah, got in and waited for filming. We didn't film for a couple of times after that because of, COVID and things like that. So yeah, but
So,
mhm.
were there thousands of people that applied? Do you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah. They said it was a
Really?
lot of people that applied. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And so, okay, so you got on, you and Treviance
Mm-hmm.
got on, and Treviance is another guy from Atlanta that I rooted
Mm-hmm.
for. He was fantastic. So both of y'all got on, and then how long were you filming each time? And like each day, did you live there? Or did you have to go to LA
Yeah.
for 6 weeks? Okay, you did.
Yeah, we were in California for I think 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, for about 2 months. And yeah, that's where I lived. And yeah, we were filming most of the day.
Wow. And so
Most of the day.
you were just dead by the time you got home. And then so what was your favorite challenge to me? I mean, other than the
Mhm.
ones that you won, but tell us who you enjoyed working with the most.
So I did win this challenge, but it's just still going to be my answer. The Toni Braxton challenge.
Okay.
Toni Braxton was somebody that has always been on like my I would love to meet her, address her list. Her and her sister Tamar. So
Hmm.
um being able to create something for her was like literally a dream come true. Like, regardless of even winning it, just the opportunity to be able to do that was a dream come true for me. And then being able to do it fully being me.
Hmm.
Like, I was able to make something that I would have made in the real world, without parameters.
Right.
I would have made that. And so I would definitely say that was for sure my favorite challenge of the whole season was that one.
I need to go back and rewatch the show. It's been a couple of weeks since I've seen it.
Yeah.
But so in a reality show, and
Hmm.
please correct me if I'm wrong, they are hyping you up. There's friction between the players. It's a
Hmm.
game. You try not to get voted out. I really, and I'm not just saying this because I don't know how to lie. I'm a terrible liar. I just fell in love with you because I felt like you did not put on an act. You did not lie and say, oh, well, I can vote you out when you really couldn't, or something. You were just loyal and you were true to who you were. You did not change your personality. You did not, you didn't even act like you were on TV, in my opinion. And that's what gained a lot of respect for you from me because I just was like, she's playing the game, but she's not pretending she's somebody else. And
Yeah.
I just really loved that about you. And I was rooting
Thank
for you
you.
the whole time. And then just to see you like upset and crying was breaking my heart because you have to vote people off. And
Yes.
that was like, how you're so sweet. You must have like not slept at night.
I hated that. When I say I
God.
hated it, I hated it. When they said that, I was like, I know you lying. I'm like, no, it's no way. It's no way. And you would think, so people would think that that would be something easy to do because, like, okay, you just getting people out so that
Right,
you can
right.
get closer. But for me, I just it was just so difficult because at the end of the day, I'm voting somebody out and killing their dream of getting it to the
Hmm.
end.
Hmm.
And that just sucks to me because I'm like, who am I to vote them out? Like, y'all do it.
Yeah, that to me would be so hard because
Yeah.
you're sweet and I no wonder you cried every week. I mean,
Every week.
every
What's
week.
crazy is that I'm not even like that in real life. That show, I'm not an extremely emotional person like that. Like, my friends call me the thug. So the fact that I was on that show crying so much, I said my friends and family is gonna look at this and be like, "What is wrong with this girl?"
It was that was so hard. And then it's like when it came down to you and VJ at the end, you almost, it's like Miss America, like you're so happy for you,
Literally.
but you feel so bad for her. You're like,
What
oh my
What's
God.
funny is me and VJ, we joke about that because VJ is actually a pageant girl.
Oh, okay.
So VJ calls me Miss Texas and she's Miss California. And so that's funny that you said that because that's literally really what it was.
I
It was Miss Texas versus Miss
when
California.
when I saw that, I'm like, I'm so happy for Kay. I love her. She's amazing. But I'm like, VJ, it's like, bye. Like, I felt so bad because she is such an incredible designer. Everybody is good, is good in
Hmm.
their own way. People. you have different people that have different strengths. And that was what was so
Hmm.
hard to me about the show and why I was so invested because I'm like, he's terrible at this, but he's so good at that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what, but you can't be good at everything. And I get
yeah.
that. And honey, you cannot teach personality, okay? You can teach sewing and design all day. You cannot teach personality. And some people have better personalities than others.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm. Yeah,
However, what was so interesting to me is that each challenge was very, very different. And,
hmm,
I had some challenges that to me were not as good as other ones. And, but I loved, as it came down to the wire, you could really see who did this for a living and who just kind of did it for a hobby. And that's where the weak to me get weeded out. And
yeah.
it was difficult. It was difficult to watch because I'm like, she's she is not good at this, but I see how she can be good at that. But again,
Right.
that's not what the game is about. What was it like working with Kay Upton and the mentors? Tell us about that.
So, y'all, Kate Upton is a character. First of all, y'all didn't get to see a lot of it, but
No,
she
right.
is funny. Okay,
Yeah,
she is funny. Love Marina. Marina, I swear, Marina is the sweetest
she is sweet.
person ever. Like, I valued her mentorship so much. Love her, love her, love her. Lorianne, that's the one I'm scared about.
Yeah.
I'm like, baby, I grew up watching Making the Band. Okay,
Hmm.
this woman don't play.
Yeah.
So I was like, Lord, she gonna read me to filth every time. I'm just so scared. And a lot of the things got of me, of course, the show can only be so long. So y'all didn't see a lot of the critiques and stuff like that. And it kind of felt with Lori Ann, to me, it felt like the mother. Like
Hmm.
you're working to finally get mother's approval. Like each week it's like she would like my stuff, but then it's like, but I want you to press more into this. I want you to do this, and so each week I was working to like better whatever the critique was she gave me the episode before. And I'm like, okay, she said this, so let me do this. And she said this, let me do this. And each week it was something. And then to finally get that recognition of, okay, you finally got it. That was a learning thing for me. And I loved her for that because she was very hard on us. And I like that because that's how you grow.
That's
Um
exactly right. That
mhm,
and looking at I mean, they're looking to break you. You're under the microscope. They're looking at the stitching. They're like, that's shitty. That doesn't fit. I said, I'm
mhm.
sorry she's had 4 hours to do it. Like that, I was yelling at the TV. I'm like, this is
And
okay. So, but I
the
get it. I get it.
the thing too that people don't I don't think a lot of people is truly thinking about. So this is not Project Runway. We're dressing tours. We're dressing stage. On Project Runway or other shows like that, you just got to get it cute enough to be able to walk down the runway.
Hmm.
Like you literally can sew them in it right before, go
Hmm.
about your day.
Right.
That was not the case with us. That stuff has to go on stage and get on dancers. They're
Right.
break dancing, they're dropping and twerking and flipping and stuff. So when we first saw that, the first challenge, when we saw them perform, we was like, oh my God. Like stuff was flying this way and stuff was
Oh,
busting here and this was it. And we was like, oh my gosh. I didn't know y'all was gonna get on stage and become Janet Jackson.
that was rough. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
So what happened for those of you who haven't seen the show yet? They instead of just like Kay said, you put it on a model, they walked on the runway. Because this was for the music industry, they put all of their designs on dancers and they wanted to see how it looked on stage and how it performed on stage. Well, in one episode, Macaulay, one of her designs, it was this little
Mhm.
feather skirt and it came undone in the back. And they like were so brutal about it. And then Michael
Yeah.
had a jacket and it came undone because
Mhm.
she did a split and 5 backflips. What do you expect? Like, of course it's going to come undone. And that was something that could not happen. And it was really hard. I mean,
Really hard.
it was really
Mhm.
hard. And that was, again, if somebody is performing, I remember we saw Big Lotto in the Lizzo concert, and she had on these thigh-high boots, and that
Mhm.
some of them, one of the legs, wouldn't stay up on her thighs because her legs are really
Mhm.
skinny.
Mhm.
And she didn't touch it, but when she said something about it, and I'm like, of course that's going to happen. She is jumping up and down doing jumping jacks. Like, of
Exactly.
course her boots are going
Yeah.
to fall.
Yeah.
Um,
Contrary to popular belief, it happens a lot on stage. Like,
it
I mean,
happens
even
a lot.
Beyonce was having wardrobe malfunctions
I,
during the Renaissance tour. So, I mean, it's bound to happen
I
eventually. It
agree.
just is.
I
So,
agree, but they weren't trying to hear that.
mm-mm.
And that was rough too. Can you speak to the size range of people that you design clothes for? Are you inclusive sizing? Tell us a little bit about that.
I make clothes for everybody.
Great.
Okay, that's the one thing that I do like about being a one of one and a custom designer. Like whoever comes to me, I got you. So I don't really deal with it. Like I've worked with plus plus and I've
Hmm.
worked with skinny, skinny, skinny. Because contrary to what people may think, working with skinny, skinny is just as difficult as working with difficult as working
Oh,
with
for
plus
sure.
plus.
For sure.
So it's a struggle both ways or even in the I mean even now there's a lot of people are having surgeries and things like that, so there's a good amount of our clients now that don't even have regular portions no more. It's like it goes 25, 48, so
Who was
so
the lady with the blue hair after JoJo? Who was that?
with the
She
blue
had really
hair.
short, tight hair, and she was so skinny. Um, I think she was after
Uh,
JoJo. I can't remember her name, but she was a,
oh, Coil Ray.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, she's a size double negative zero.
Yeah.
I saw her on
Yes.
TV. She is
Yes.
90 pounds soaking wet. And
Yes.
because I work with clients too, and I fit clients, and I'm like, you think it's bad, you're plus size. You don't know how easy you got it. Try to dress somebody with no hips and no ass
That's what
every,
I'm
and they
saying.
look like kids. Like you can't,
Yes. You have to be very careful. And my mannequin is bigger than some of these
yeah.
people. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
When I saw her, I was like, she is probably the hardest person to dress. And
yes.
P.S., I want to give you snaps to Kate, because on the show, they said, your model, you're creating this, but we're going to give you a guy to put it on. But it's really for a woman. You had what, 3 male models? You're like,
4.
4. You're like, I don't make men's clothes. You do now. You do now.
Yeah.
I, I,
Yeah. Stop. Like, what am I being sabotaged? What's going on?
God.
Like the first episode, the second episode. And I'm like, be for real. Then we had 2 male challenges. So of course I
Yes.
got 2 for that. So that was 4. Then a 5th one in the finale. So yeah,
Were
I out of all the contestants got the most men.
God, I
Yeah.
was crying for you. And then when y'all had Ty Dolla Sign, you're back. They're like, P.S. You need to not only design a look for him,
Mm-hmm.
but you need to do a duffel bag. I said,
Mm-hmm.
Jigga, what? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what are y'all trying to do? But you're
Never made a bag
back.
a day in my life. So I'm like, I'm sorry, what? And
I,
then we was already down on time by that point too. So I'm like, I'm sorry, you want us to do what?
I, anyway, but I wanted you to talk about the bag that you
Okay.
made for him.
So of course, you always got to think outside of the box when you're going. Because let's just be honest, there was a couple of people on the show that was more skilled than me. Okay, so I had to focus on my strong point, which is being creative. Okay, you may be more skilled than me, but I'm a beat you in the creativity department.
Mhm.
So when they told us it was supposed to be, they said we could either make a like a fan merchandise bag, or it can be a bag for him to wear. So
Okay.
my mind was for to do both. So I'm like, okay, what if I did a reversible bag where one side could be a side that he could wear, but the other side is a merchandise bag with the lyrics of the song that they were promoting for that episode. And honestly, that's what that bag ended up saving me because granted, and like my look, I don't care. That jacket was fire. My
Yes.
dancer loved that jacket, and
Hmm.
thank God the other judges loved that jacket. Um, he didn't like the jacket. I get the fabric thing and stuff like that. You know, we were told it's supposed to give like LA skater vibe. When I thought skater, I immediately went back to the jerk era, and I'm like, look, let me use this skaterboard fabric. But you know, it is what it is. But I loved it. But
I
yeah,
loved it too.
that was the bag.
I loved it too.
Yeah.
So it was one color on one side. It was like a duffel bag, like an old school duffel bag. And
Yeah.
then she said, "Watch this. Hold on." And then she flipped it inside out. It was gold and it had lyrics from his song. And I just want like I almost flipped the table. I was like, killed it. Killed it. I do have to say, and again, sorry, fashion besties, we're talking about the show, and if y'all haven't watched it, I'm not gonna lie, I love you. I love you, but I loved the kilt and the that Todd
Oh, the
made,
kill for the
and I
time
was
made.
really sad that he could not. I get it. I understand why he didn't pick it. I wish he would have gone to Todd afterward and said, you know what, let me try that maybe online. Let me try that, whatever, see what my fans think. I get it. It was a bold statement, but I was shocked he didn't pick it. I really
You know
was.
what? It's funny because when I seen it while we're filming, and I was like, Natai, why would you make this? Like, come on now. But then watching it back, when I actually saw the show, I was like, you know what? That was actually fire. Like, you know,
I
that would have
agree.
like French Montana said, like it literally would have broke the internet. It would have for sure if French was to wear something like that. And
Oh, I said Ty Dolla Sign.
with
Sorry, I meant French Montana. That's what I meant. Sorry, sorry, sorry.
yeah, that was French
I
Montana.
got my guys
That
mixed up.
that killed that look, the purple. It was like one of those things where it's like you put stuff together that you feel like shouldn't be together, but some type of way it end up working out. Like that was fire. Okay, it
I was
was.
just really surprised. I was pleasantly, sorry, not pleasantly. I was really sad for Todd that
Yeah,
he did not get the
that
vision.
should have been his
I
moment.
just
Yeah,
I didn't. He
yeah.
didn't say anything bad about it. I think French was
No,
trying to be
he, he
nice.
he was indifferent about it. It was like
Yeah.
when he first
Hmm.
seen it, he was like, eh. But then the more he started looking at it, he was like, you know what? This is actually fire. Like I would never pick this out, but I would wear it, you know. And so he did end up liking it the more he looked at it or whatever. But
Yeah.
it was just a difficult challenge because French is normally he wears lightweight stuff, you know. So even though Michael's look was great too, I think for me, I feel like Michael's look was more like a music video look because of how heavy the shorts were with
Hmm.
the pockets and stuff like that and the leather and stuff. I was like, okay, that's cute, but it gives me music video, not stage. But you know, that's the thing. That's why I kept saying you never know because you
You
never know what
never
these judges are gonna say or think. It doesn't matter what we think,
That's
you know.
exactly right. You never know. And you were just such an incredible sport. And is that your dog?
Yes, and he is whining and acting a fool right
Oh my
now.
God, what's his name? I love him so much.
His
What's
name
his
is Smooch.
Hi Smooch?
Oh, and here goes Coco. Now she's jealous.
Oh, you got two dogs. Oh, look at your babies. Ugh. Did we
Yes.
just become best friends? I
Yes.
mean, you're a dog lover. I love that so much about you. I feel like I could talk to you for hours.
Yes.
What can you speak to women over 40, women over 50? Do you have any style advice for women that feel like I can't do this? I couldn't do it. Give us some advice for the fashion besties out there who could use a little Daniels in their life, a little edginess. What do you think? What advice can you offer about women that have maybe low self-esteem or that can't really get it together with fashion?
Okay, so for one, I think we're in an era now where age really does not matter. Okay.
Okay.
That the 40 and 50-year-old people are looking 25 and 30. Okay. And so
Okay.
I have seen it a lot. Okay. So I would say, of course, you don't want to dress like you're 25, but you wanna don't let age stop you from being who you feel like you are in this season of your life. Like you can still have fun. It doesn't have to give secretary. Okay.
Sure.
You can still have fun with things and dare to be different. One of the things that I have been telling myself even recently is stop looking for a place to wear that outfit. Like buy the outfit and go wear it to, to something casual. Who cares?
That's right.
Okay. You don't even know, young or old, whether you're gonna live to wear it to that place that you're trying to save it for. So
Snaps, amen. Snaps, amen. I tell my people if you buy a dress that is crazy or is weird or out there for you, if you buy it, the universe will provide a place for you to wear it. Stop being so worried about what am I going to
yes.
do with that? Where am I going to go with that? Where am I
Stop
going?
worrying about what people gonna think. Who cares? Them people not buying your clothes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I
Mm-hmm.
tell people all the time. I don't care.
I don't care.
Are you buying my clothes? Oh, okay.
I
Well,
know.
I'm gonna wear what I want to wear.
I'm like, bitch, you might meet your husband. Okay.
Walking
You
in the store with that dress on.
you don't know. You
Mm-hmm.
don't know. Don't be so quick to stay in your comfort zone. Now, you don't have to wear a ball gown to the grocery
Right.
store, but however, if it's something a little like, wow, and I always
Even
tell,
throwing a little kitten heel on too with a
mhm,
casual outfit.
and I
You
always tell
know,
a lot of people have problems. They go, it's so dressed up. It's so dressed up. I'm like, there's a difference between being dressed and being dressed up. Just
right,
because you're dressed doesn't mean you're so dressed up. That's
right.
really not what that means. I'm glad you agree. Thank you very much.
Mhm. Mhm.
I want to talk about, and then I'm going to let you go because you are so gracious and gave us whenever time. Who is your bestie from the show?
Macaulay.
Oh, she is. I loved her.
Yes, I love Macaulay. That is my little sister.
Oh,
I
I
grew a
love
heart for her
her.
during the show. I literally just left from her house like a week ago.
I love it. So
Um,
is she designing like you? Tell us. I mean, is she?
so Macaulay is a stylist.
Oh, she's a stylist.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, she is a stylist. She was just testing her waters on Dress My Tour, which baby, you go girl, okay?
Yeah,
Because you lasted a long time for
she
somebody that don't
did.
know how to sew.
And you
But
can tell that's not where her strength was, but that's
right,
okay. That's
right.
okay.
And she's young, and so hey, girl, you go
I
girl.
loved
But
her.
yeah, that's my girl. Okay, that's my
Great.
little sister. We talk all the time. We actually just got done because I've been doing on my YouTube channel recaps of each episode. So
Oh.
we just filmed recaps for episode 2 and 3, which I need to edit and get to my channel. But yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I am going to haunt you for the rest of your life. You will be sorry that you came on the show because I would love to have you back. Um,
For
you
sure.
you have dropped so much knowledge on us, and I just want to tell you, you are so humble. You're
Oh,
so humble, and it is difficult to meet. I shouldn't say it's difficult. It is unusual to meet women like you who are successful, you're strong, you're confident, and you want everybody else to succeed. And I love that about you. And as soon as I saw you on TV, I was like, she is. When you won that first challenge, I said, I bet you. I was really worried about Michael. And I was like, it's not that I didn't want him to win, I wanted you to win more. And you did. And I'm so proud of you. And
thank you.
we've been friends for 10 minutes. I am so proud of you. I was so happy for you.
Thank you.
I was like, she should have won. $500,000. Like I just, I know that you were in you had some difficult, they make you tell drama about yourself and you had some difficult challenges in the show and you're like, I don't know where I'm going to live. And I'm like, it's okay, baby, you can move in my basement. I don't care. Like I was yelling at the TV. I was so happy for you. And when I saw your mom, I was like, oh, uh, I fell in love with her too. And I'm just so happy to know you and I'm so proud. I just am so grateful that you won the
Thank
show.
you.
What's next for you? Tell us what's next for you and
So I
yes.
have an exclusive for you.
What?
I am working on a book.
What kind of
So
book?
yes, it'll be about my story going
Oh,
up,
like an
up,
autobiography. Amazing.
going up to it'll end at just my tour. But yeah,
Ugh.
so that's what I'm working on right now.
We would like to pre-order it. Okay.
I
Um,
got you.
we would
I'll
like
send you one.
a signed copy. Okay.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
is it coming out this year or is it coming out next year?
Yes, God wants me to get this done. So, yeah, this is a priority right now.
Well,
So,
we would love to have you back on the show. We invite
okay,
you back. We would love for you to show some of your designs next time and talk about your book and promote your book.
I
And
got you.
here at the Fashion Crimes Podcast, we are women supporting women who make a difference in the fashion industry. And that is Keiandrea. How can we find you? Tell us your YouTube, your Instagram, all that.
So you can find me on YouTube and on Instagram at KDaniels Designs. I'm on TikTok at the KDaniels. And yeah,
Ugh, we love you. We support you. We are cheering for you. We are rooting for you. We are so happy to know you.
thank
Keiandrea,
you for having me.
oh my God, you are kicking ass and taking names, and it is so fun to watch you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much for joining us. This has been the Fashion Crimes Podcast. I am Holly Cates, your favorite hostess with the mostest personal stylist. And as always, the only Holly you need to know. Keiandrea, you're such a badass. We will be watching, following
Coco
you.
says bye.
We love your dogs too. And please, guys, stay in touch with us. Drop us a line, Holly at Fashion Crimes Podcast, and please engage with us on social media. We want to hear from you and tell us your ideas of what you need to know about. Write in with your style
Mhm.
questions, write in with your fashion questions, and who knows, maybe we'll ask Kay to come back and answer some of these questions. You don't know. You might meet your husband. You don't know. This has been Holly Cates. Y'all have a fabulous, fashionable week. Bye.